right, guys, welcome back to the second episode of the Fishing Fanatics broadcast. Today, joining me is Wyatt, the Creek Kid. So go ahead, spill the beans. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Wyatt.
My name is Wyatt Adams. I go by Creek Kid on social media. I'm from Oklahoma. I live in the middle of Oklahoma, and well, I fish a lot.
Yes, you do. So we actually met through, I think it was Instagram is when I first saw
Yes.
you. And when I partnered with American Bait Works and I was using Halo rods and net bait and scum frog and all that, I was just scrolling. And because of the algorithm, picked up that I was using those products.
Uh-huh.
I was scrolling and I'm like, wait a minute, that was a Halo rod. Who's this Creek Kid guy? So I'm like, I'm scrolling, watching some of your videos. And of course, that's how we met. And it's been great. So
Yes,
you're in
sir.
Oklahoma, is what you
Yes,
said, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm right here in North Texas. So our weather patterns are probably a little similar.
Yes,
You get
sir.
a little bit more snow than I probably do.
Maybe a tiny bit, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this. What's the temperature there right now?
Like does it? Oh, 57.
All right. Okay. So we're
50.
65. 65 right now.
Now that could be wrong. That's my computer right here, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing there.
Yeah. So we've been having some ups and downs with the weather patterns. I mean, we
Oh
had
yeah.
like 2 weeks ago, we had the ice and the snow
Yeah.
all over the place, dropped down to like 24 degrees.
It was
And
free.
it was so cold. It was freezing. There was no way I was taking the boat out. You know what I mean? So, but I've been following you, man, and you've been out there. It doesn't matter if it's rain, sleet,
I,
snow, or
I
shine.
try to go after work every day, no
You're
matter what.
grinding.
I'm
So
trying.
your content's amazing, man.
Thank you,
So
man. I appreciate
it,
that. It's very raw. I just
yeah, yeah,
post.
yeah. Well, they say as a content creator,
Mhm.
some of the videos that do the best are actually the raw footage videos,
Yes, sir.
and, and that is true. I mean, I'm hard on myself, and
Mhm.
what happens is I'll get content, and
Mhm.
then I'll spend 4, 5, maybe even 6 hours editing this video for say Instagram, where
Right.
you can only upload 90-second videos on Reels,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I've got a 7-minute long dog fight,
Oh, yeah.
with a bass. And I'm like, how do I compress this? I'm
Yeah.
missing so many good parts. So it
Yes.
takes that much longer to make sure you're having the best captions of that video.
Right.
And sometimes those are the videos that actually perform the least, the least amount of views, the least amount of
100%.
likes. And then you
Yes.
post something that's just completely raw from your cell phone, uploaded to Instagram, and it
Dude.
pops.
So,
So,
the dumbest videos I've ever made, not necessarily dumbest, but, like, the shortest time, like a 5-second video of me doing something dumb, 100,000, 200,000, 300.
yep.
The shortest video I ever took was actually a Snapchat video that I was gonna send to my family, and I posted on TikTok because it was funny, 24 million views.
What? 24 million.
0.5 million views. It's a video of me hitting myself in the face with a belt.
Oh my
Wasn't even
gosh.
fishing content. I was just trying to make a joke, and I
Yeah.
actually hurt myself, and then I was like, "I'm gonna post this on TikTok." Woke up with, like, 4 million views.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
There's
"What?"
only That's amazing. I
And
mean,
then I could take 3 hours and try to edit one really good, and it'll get,
yeah.
yeah, not 100 views.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, 100%. That's exactly what happens. That's
Yes.
exactly what happens.
Yes.
I remember going out a while back, and it was for one new product that I had received. This was long before American Bait Works
Mhm.
reached out to me. And I went out there and I spent, I mean, it was hours. It's probably 5 hours worth of
Yeah.
like staging,
Right.
getting
Yes.
the idea of the
Trying to
video
get perfect,
layout, get
different
it
angles.
perfect. I posted it and it got like 450 views. I was like,
You're like, "I just
well,
did 12 hours on that."
literally between the filming aspect of it and then the
Yes.
editing aspect,
Yes.
that was a 12-hour day. And then
Yes.
I feel bad for the product brand. I'm like, well, I thought my video was going to do better than that
I put the
because
time in, I promise.
exactly, so but yeah, that's crazy. Social media is a tricky game.
It
So,
is, and I've talked to some creators that, like, their deal is, like, lots of edits, lots of different clips, lots of music, memes, and I've actually had, BD Basson. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a
Beanie
social
Bassin.
guy. BD
Sounds
Basson.
familiar.
Yes, sir. And, I was talking to him on the phone and he was like, "Dude, your content is you though." He was like, "I do all the edits and stuff and that's me. And dude, yours is you get to make yours a lot easier and it still performs the same." And I'm like, "That's a good
Yeah.
point."
Yeah.
It's not more who you are because there's a lot of people that put a lot of edits into their stuff and it's very good
Yep.
content. And I used to try to do that and I'm not good at it. And it would do that. I would try. I'd put all the time in YouTube to learn how to do it, and then
Yep.
I'd get 80 views. And then I'd just post a video like this. I got one, and it'd get 12,000. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, I totally get it because that's how my content used to be. And then for some reason, I got it in my head that quality beats quantity. So I would spend, instead of posting 5 videos, I would
Right.
spend that time to
Right.
create that one perfect video. But then, I'm not posting as much now
Right.
because
Yes.
I'm very self-critical, even on pictures. I
Yes.
won't, I'm so judgmental of myself. I'm
Absolutely.
too
Which
hard on
is
myself,
totally fair. Which is
you
fair.
know,
That's
you know,
normal.
even a picture, if the lighting isn't right, the sun is too bright
Yeah.
behind me, I'm like, no, that's a crap photo. Delete. You know what I mean? Even though it was a good fish,
Right.
I just don't want to post it because it doesn't look good for me. And that's a
That's
problem. That's something I probably need counseling for.
OCD about posting.
Yeah, 100%. So, so moving on. Okay, let's go to the next chapter.
Yes,
So,
sir.
why bass fishing for you? Why, out of all the other styles of fishing,
Okay.
because I know there's more than just bass in the
Right.
state of Oklahoma.
Yes, sir. So that's a good question. Let me pause here.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Is I started fishing when I was super young. Obviously, I grew up on 72 acres and we had a pond in our backyard and it had bluegill, catfish, and largemouth and crappie in it. Not a very big pond, but there were some big bass in it. And that was like the challenge and that's what like made me I really think that's what made me love bass fishing was like the grind of being 8 years old and trying to catch the biggest bass in my backyard.
Yeah.
Every single day, I'd get home from school, I'd be like, "Hey, dad, I'm going fishing." I would only walk 40 feet, and I would fish until it got dark, and then I would come in, eat dinner, and then I would go throw a topwater at night until I had to go to bed. And I would do it
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single day and try to catch the biggest bass. And I ended up catching my PB came out of my backyard as an 8-pounder. And
What?
yes, little yes, yes.
That's a
And,
blessing as a kid.
oh, yeah, yeah. I put it in the bathtub until my dad got home from work. Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
awesome.
Like, "Oh my god." I mean, we were very country, so
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think that and then, just my dad grew up bass fishing and, pond hopping around all the other farms around. They all had big bass in them growing up, and
Yeah.
a lot of my family catfish, and, like, we would go camping and catfish, but catfishing was, like, something you do at night, you just
Hmm.
sat down on a camp chair and catfish,
Right.
and it didn't give me that, like, the hunt.
Hmm.
And so largemouth bass being the, I guess, apex predator around me, it was like I learned real quick what a big bass was because I had them in my backyard and I wanted to catch them.
Yeah. It's that adrenaline.
Yes,
It's an adrenaline rush, man.
it is.
You
It
know?
is.
Yeah. That's what did it for me. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I always have. I did all the martial arts and this and
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then, you know, I did catfishing,
Mhm.
but like you said, that's more, kind of set up
Hang
a
out.
rod and you're just
Right.
waiting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Twiddling your thumbs until your rod starts dancing. Where
Yes.
I was more like,
I'm
I want to
280.
I want to hunt. I want to
Yes.
hunt. You know what I mean? And then
But
when
it's a
that
challenge. You wanna
it's
figure it out.
it is. It's like a chess game,
Yeah,
you
it is.
know?
Yes.
So, I started calling it, instead of man versus man, it's man versus fish,
It is, man. It's
you know?
fish. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and it makes me mad if I don't catch a fish 'cause I'll sit at a pond all day long and throw every single lure I have to try to figure it out.
Yep.
'Cause I feel like
Yep.
I'm losing. Like, I'm not gonna let that fish beat me. I will figure it out.
Right, right. That's aw so you started when you were 8 years old?
No, I started fishing
Before that?
I have no idea. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, what are your goals? like moving forward, are you trying to get into like some tournament angling? Because I mean, if you've been fishing for bass that long, you're
I've
pretty
been
experienced.
I've fished my entire life, so I mean,
Yeah.
but no, I've never really been into the like tournament thing. I don't like I like to fish. I don't know how to word this. I've never really like had the like desire to tournament fish. I've fished some tournaments before. I There's a few gentlemen that I fished off the back of their boats, but
Hmm.
it's not as fun to me. It takes it away for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're very fun, don't get me wrong. I've never won a tournament. I'm sure if I won one, it'd be a lot of fun. But
Right.
it's just I don't like losing, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
then
the
like
fighter in you.
I don't like losing, and I like to fish, but I don't know. I've never really wanted to tournament fish. It's
Yeah.
not to say I wouldn't do it, but I just like fishing in general.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was like me, when I retired from martial arts,
Mhm.
fishing became my new passion and became my new addiction because I
Right.
needed something to do. I was
Yes.
such an active person that I
Yes.
got into fishing, and it really quickly became an addiction.
Ye
And I never honestly knew that it was going to take me to where I am now.
Right.
I'd never planned on being a content creator.
Right.
It just happened,
Yeah.
okay? It's crazy. I
Mhm.
never like I woke up one day and I want to be a YouTuber. That wasn't the case for me. It just
Right.
gradually became to what it is today. And now last year, well, a year ago, not this past December, but the December before, I bought my boat. I ended up buying a brand new 2024 boat with 0 hours on the motor. So now
All because you caught a little green fish?
exactly,
Yeah.
cost me 30 grand. So and so going on from that, people have asked me, they're like, "Hey, you got a boat now. It's a
Mhm.
175, so it's the tournament edition." Yes, I purposely got the tournament package. So if I wanted to
Right.
join tournament fishing, and a really good friend of mine here locally goes by Bass Stash. You can find him on Instagram. He's a tournament angler, and I
Uh-huh.
go fishing with him all the time. He's on my boat, and we go bank fishing and stuff like that.
Right.
And I mean, I see the passion and I see, the dedication that it takes to do tournament bass fishing. And I'm just like, part of me wants to get involved.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
Totally
But
fair.
then at the same time, I'm just like, what you said a minute ago, will it take the fun out of it? And that's I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
I
You
don't
know,
either.
I don't know. I don't know until I try, right? Maybe I do one season on a Texas trail or something, maybe it's something lower level, like an amateur level, give it a shot for a season and, you know, go from there. But
If I get
I've
la
never,
I
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love watching like the Bass Elite Series guys, like some of my favorite anglers, Chris Zaldane, he's a local here in Fort Worth,
Mhm.
some of those guys. I love watching that stuff, but I'm like, man, I don't know if I can compete at that level. My gosh, I might not even catch a bass.
That's my other thing is I mean, if you're not scoping, you're hoping, right? And
Exactly.
I don't have any of that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm still learning. I don't know what kind of systems you have on your boat setup, but I just got the brand new Helix 10 with
Mhm.
mega down imaging to go with my brand new trolling motor because I got
Nice.
the Ultrix 80-pound 24-volt trolling motor with spot lock.
Uh-huh.
So I had to upgrade my graphs so they link
Right.
together.
Right.
This I hooked this thing up to my boat with a buddy of mine, Eric, and I'm like, I've never even seen anything like this. I don't even know what I'm looking at. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
whole new learning curve, and that's just using mega down imaging. I can't even imagine live scope and all of
Those
that
guys
stuff that
are
they're
so
using.
talented. Those guys are so talented with the electronics.
Right, right. Well, look at Fothergill that won the Bassmaster Classic last year right
Mhm.
here in Fort Worth, Texas at Lake Ray Roberts. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? One of the youngest guys in the league, like fresh out of college, and they're winning the Bassmaster Classic because I mean the electronics is a game changer, and if you don't know how to use it, then that's the thing. So you got all these old timers that are still trying to learn how to use these products, and these younger guys, man, are coming out of the blue and they're just smoking it. So
They're good at it, and they can. I watched. I don't remember who I was. Maybe Trey McKinney or somebody, but they
that's
were
another one.
looking at a tree, and they were like, "Yeah, that's a carp right there. That's a bass on the left." I'm like, he's
How
looking
can you even tell?
looking on his graph, and he can tell the difference between a carp and a bass right next to each other.
That's
Throws out, and
crazy.
he's like, catches like an 8.5 pounder off a tree, and I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's impressive.
It is because to me, it just all looks like a bunch of little blobs.
I
You
I've
know what I
never,
mean? So yeah,
yeah.
that's wild.
Good for those guys. I'm jealous. But that's my thing with the tournaments is I think a little bit of it, I'm a little scared. I think I'd get my butt whooped. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm definitely terrified, and I would absolutely get my butt whooped. It would be an honor just to be on the same water body as the professionals like that.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Now maybe if it was no live scope and like shallow water only, I might be able to compete throwing a frog around. But
yeah, true that.
that's about
It's
it.
true that. Yeah. All right. So moving on from that, the next question would be if you had, and I love asking people this.
All right.
If you had one bait, don't worry
Mhm.
about the rod. You
Oh,
can
this
choose any rod.
yeah.
One bait, that's all you have to fish a tournament all day long from start to finish. What would it be?
Oh, a tournament.
Anything. Just one day. Okay? Say a tournament, non-tournament, doesn't matter. If you only have
Okay.
one bait that you can choose from sun up to sundown, you cannot change baits. What would that bait be? What is your number one confidence bait?
I've done this multiple times. Um, do I have to catch anything?
Well, I mean, that's the whole purpose you're going fishing
I'm
is to
probably
catch
gonna
something.
I'm probably gonna throw like a depth 250 or something if I'm grinding all day.
Okay.
I'm throwing a
Yeah.
big glide bait around,
Okay.
and I'm gonna look
So
for
you're
one bite.
you're y- so you're throwing a big old glide bait and you're hoping for that one bite, not multiple
I'm
bites.
throwing a big glide. If I'm gonna dedicate one bait, it's either gonna be a really big glide bait or something like a Karashi or like a BFS bait.
Okay. Respect.
I'm either catching numbers or I'm trying to catch one fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's
hey,
probably
you're a bigger man than me because I think my confidence bait would have to be like a black and blue craw Texas rig.
a
Like
5 inch ion, weightless.
yeah, I can't go anywhere. It doesn't matter if I'm creek fishing, lake
Mhm.
fishing, pond fishing. I don't leave the house without a creature bait of some sort
Right.
as a Texas rig.
That's
Always,
totally
always,
valid.
always have a Texas rig tied on.
That's totally
So
valid.
yeah. So if I only had one option, it would have to be a black and blue craw Texas rig style.
Do you peg your Texas rig or unpegged?
I peg it. I do
Every
peg.
time?
Yeah. Not all the time. So
Mhm,
like times like now when the conditions are a little bit finickier, I like the
mhm,
weight to move freely. So I
mhm.
don't peg it. But like springtime when there's a lot of muck and
Right.
grime and stuff, I want it to kind of punch through. So I will peg it for scenarios like that.
I never even knew the like a bobber stopper or peg. I never used one of those until I was like in my 20s.
Yeah. Yeah,
Didn't
I
even
mean, same here. I just started using them about I see maybe 3.5 years ago now. But when I first got into it, I didn't even know what that was. I'd
I
see them in
didn't
the
even
little package,
yeah, I
and I and
super
I was
freaking
I was
it makes
watching a
you a
YouTube
super
video. I was
uh-huh.
watching a YouTube video of this guy making a Texas rig, and I see what he was doing, and I was like, that little piece looks familiar. So I
No, it
bought
did.
it at the store, and then now I start pegging my
Yep.
weights.
Yeah,
So
I never knew
yeah,
people did it, like, on a regular Texas rig. I always thought it was just for punching. Like, I learned what they were from punching, like, thick cover, but then I
right.
was like, "Oh, people, like, peg all their baits."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. All right, moving on from that. So I've been a follower of yours for a while now on Instagram and TikTok and all of that stuff. And I have seen in the comments, what is wrong with your ears, sir?
Every time, dude.
I see it and I can relate in a way. I don't have it, but I know what it is.
Right.
So tell us, were you a fighter at some time?
So, these are from wrestling. So, I wrestled my entire life. I started wrestling when I was 3.
Wow.
When I was a little baby, my dad put us in wrestling. I have 6 brothers, and we all wrestled, and Started wrestling at 3 years old, and I wrestled all the way through high school. Became a high school coach after high school, and then became a private wrestling coach after that and coach. So I've been coaching the last 7 years.
Impressive. Now, I know I'm not a wrestler. I was a Muay Thai kickboxer and an
Yes,
MMA
sir.
guy. I did
Mhm.
some jujitsu training, but I never really focused on wrestling. Now,
Uh-huh.
I know there's different styles of wrestling, like Randy Couture, for instance, Roman
Right.
Grecan style. Is there a
Mhm.
specific style that you did?
All 3. So, mostly, like collegiate or folk style, which is what you see in like college and high school, and then,
Right.
I did freestyle wrestling in the summertime, and then, did a little bit of Greco, um, but not as big into the Greco as I was freestyle and folk style.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, year round.
Okay. Yeah, there's times because of my background, I was a Muay Thai. I started as a
Uh-huh.
boxer, started around
Nice.
like 7 years old, and then
Mhm.
you know, got my amateur boxing card, did some
Mhm.
boxing as a kid. My dad was a
Nice.
fighter when I was a kid, so he had his own gym up in the North Country, and
Mhm.
it was called Combined Defense. So I was that
Mhm.
little kid that was running around the
Oh yeah.
gym when my mom would go to work.
Yep.
So it kind of just was in the blood. I
Of
got
course.
into it whether I liked it or not. I was
Oh
that
yeah.
little kid that was making faces in the mirror and just
Oh yeah.
walking over,
Running around the mats.
hitting the heavy bags and things like
Yeah.
that. So it just kind of gradually grew into it. But all the years of boxing, kickboxing, jujitsu, and all of this and that. But I didn't do as much jujitsu. That was really like we were kind of talking about in the pregame. My
Right.
jujitsu was really only to protect me from the jujitsu
Defense. Right.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So so people ask me all the time, they're like, well, you were a fighter. Why don't you have, cauliflower ears? And I'm like, that just means I didn't get hit as much,
Yeah, I
huh?
didn't get my head rubbed into
you
the
know?
mat all the time.
And that's the thing, I remember like rubbing the skin off. I think it was my
Oh yeah.
right ear. And it was you ever wrestle on those zebra mats? The
Oh,
specific brand zebra.
maybe. I don't know.
So those are the ones that I don't know the material, but you have your wrestling mats, and then like
Right.
taekwondo, karate, they use
Yes.
the zebra mats,
Okay.
which
Yes,
are
I
almost
have. I've never
they're
wrestled on
textured.
them. Yes. We don't wrestle on those, but I know I've been on them.
Yeah, they're rough.
Yes.
They are
Yes. Yeah, they're
rough.
not soft. Yeah. Yeah.
No, because they're textured. They
Yeah,
have
those are
those
just
like little
pads.
they have the lines and stuff
Yes.
inside them. And
Yes.
well, I remember having to do a training session and we were doing shoots and I didn't
Mm,
know we were shooting that day. So I wore shorts and
mm.
I remember by the end of that my knees were literally like
Oh,
scraped
Matt
up and
burn.
just mat burn, I don't know
Yeah.
what's worse. Mat, the actual zebra mat burn or like an astroturf burn. Which one's worse?
Mat burns rough, and a mat burn happens so fast, especially on a regular wrestling mat. You could take a shot and you immediately feel your skin just
Just dragging.
burn
Yep,
off.
yep, yep. 100%, 100%. So no, that's funny. So when I started to follow you on Instagram and social media,
Mhm.
I immediately picked up on your videos, and I'm like, this guy's got cauliflower ears. And I'm like, I'm gonna continue to watch, but I don't see any wrestling in his stream. And then I'd start reading some of the comments, and people are asking
Every
like,
time.
"Hey, you got cauliflower ears?" And then I'd see your responses. Well, I've been wrestling my whole life, and I'm like, man, I gotta meet this guy
Yes,
because I
sir.
was like, we're not only bass fishermen, but we got a martial arts background. So
Absolutely. There
yeah,
is
it's,
a lot of people that wrestle that love bass fishing. A lot of the, like, high school wrestlers,
yeah.
they're
It's the
huge into
adrenaline,
fishing.
man. It's the adrenaline. That's the thing about being a fighter of any sport.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Whether you're a wrestler, kickboxer,
Absolutely.
jujitsu guy, you can't be doing that kind of sport and not being an adrenaline junkie.
100%.
So, and that's what captured it for me with bass fishing was it wasn't until I actually just posted about this recently.
Mhm.
I just, when I started fishing more and more, and I
Oh,
was like,
yes.
man, I really like this. It was the thrill of the hunt that
Mhm.
really attracted me. But what
Absolutely.
but what got me to where I am today, and I got to share this picture. It was a 2.5 pounder. That's it. Not
Little
a
green
five,
fish, man.
not a six. It was a 2.5 pounder. I was actually out fishing, and
Mhm.
it was right around my birthday. This is
Mhm.
probably like 5, 6 years ago.
Okay.
My daughter bought me like a little fishing kit, and it had the soft plastics on it.
Yep. Okay.
And
Yep.
it was a little stick bait. It was like a purple stick bait. Casted it out there. Didn't really know what I was
Right.
doing because there's so much. to bass fishing. I learned how to
Yes.
Texas rig it. So I
Right.
Texas rigged it and I casted it out. Next thing I know, I see my line moving. So I set the hook and I was like, back then I didn't have all the fancy gear. I didn't
Right.
have the different weights and levels and
Right.
lengths of fishing rods. So I used the same rod for everything.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
it was just a medium light rod. And I think it was like a
Yeah.
6'6". You know
Yes.
what I mean? My
Yes. Oh
rod was
yeah.
like this. It was folded over. And the
That's
bass was
awesome.
jumping out of the water and it was giving me a fight. And I
That
was like,
thrill is insane though.
it was the thrill. And it was
Yes.
unfortunate. I had to take my pictures and go to work. And I was so sad that I had to leave the pond that day. And I remember
Yes.
getting to work and I was ecstatic. I was like a lightning rod. I had to tell everybody.
I
I
caught
was
a
like,
fish.
I was like, look at this fish. Look at this thing.
This bass I got.
These people are probably looking at it like, bro, that's only a 2.5 pounder. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't
Look.
know what this did to me.
So, and then here we are now, so
And
that's
now
what
you
did it.
got all those baits behind you.
Exactly. I need to put some of those to use. I can't wait for frog season because you see I've got all my scum frog
Oh
and
yeah.
snag proof
Yeah.
over here. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. I'm really excited about the sink swim baits that I just got. I really want to start throwing those towards some beds.
Yes. During
So
the bed fishing, those are gonna be very nice.
they're gonna be fire.
I fish a lot of grass lines. I fish a
Yep.
lot of frogs, but I like to throw big swim baits like the jackal gontrel and then that sink bluegill
Yep.
grass lines.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it to warm up.
So that actually brings us right into the very next chapter of this podcast. Is I wanted to ask you, because of your content, you
Uh-huh.
post swim baits and giant glide baits. So
Nice.
one, tell me a little bit, because I'm actually just getting into like glide bait fishing and swim bait fishing.
Okay.
Because for one, I'm still new at all this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I
It's a
didn't
whole nother
have
niche.
yeah, I didn't have the 7'5", 7'8" rods, heavy
Right.
rods. I didn't have that equipment, so I didn't
Right.
try to get stuff that I couldn't throw.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
now that I have it, I've been experimenting a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So you being a professional at glide bait and swim baits, I can learn a thing or two from you.
Oh, well,
So
this
for
is what's on
one,
my desk right now.
that's insane.
I
That is insane. So
have
what
glide
what do
baits
you
on.
what do you prefer? For one, what do you prefer over glide bait fishing or swim bait fishing?
Okay, that is so that this I love fishing. So it makes me so excited to talk about it. It's the bite. So the bites are different. It's like it's almost two different things. So like fishing with like a soft swim bait like this,
Hmm.
the eat is what I like. That's what I hunt for. Like that
Okay.
thunk. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that more than the fishing itself.
Okay.
Like when you're throwing an 8-inch soft bait with a 8 or 10 owner beast hook, and it goes thunk, and you
Yeah.
oh, that feeling alone is all it takes. And then with the glide bait, it's I like watching my glides, like
Yeah.
pitching around cover or something where I can make that thing work.
Yep.
And I think it's more of the catching fish on these is more fun for the fishing part, and then glide bait fishing, it's it's cooler. Like getting to catch a fish on a bait that someone else custom made or hand
Yeah.
carved or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. It's the art behind the bait that I think is really cool,
Right.
if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah. No, totally makes sense.
So like it's
Totally.
more of a this is cooler. Like it's to me in my brain, it's like
Yep.
really cool to catch a fish on a versatile glide or something.
Yep.
But then if I'm like confidence wise, I love throwing big soft baits.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that.
So
My problem is some of these baits are so expensive. I have a problem throwing them and taking the chance of losing them. So they
mhm.
become, shelf ornaments,
Wall hangers.
wall
Yeah.
hangers,
Uh-huh.
and then next thing you know, I go to Academy and, another brand is out with a brand new glide bait. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I want it. I want it so bad. So I end up buying it, but then it just
I have some
sits.
I have some wall hangers.
Is that a 9 inch?
So this is a 9 inch. This is actually a Sasquatch jig custom. He made this for me, and
Wow.
it's too beautiful. It's one of those things that you
Yeah.
don't throw. And then here's a Roman that I've never even pulled it out of the pack.
Wow. Yeah, I've
So
got a
it's
few.
I get it. I get
Yeah,
it. And the thing is when fishing like big glide baits like that, you have to put them in those places that
correct.
the fish are, and it's
Exactly.
scary
It
to
is.
throw a $300 bait up next to a pile of rocks.
Just the
It
thought of that alone.
Oh, I've seen some very diabolical things happen to some very expensive
Yeah.
baits.
Yeah. Well, I just recently saw a video of yours where, you lost one of yours. That I think it was a glide bait, correct?
It was a Depths
It
250, yes.
and you retrieved it with a cast net.
I
So,
and I
I
made a video about it, like, a lot of people commented, like, "Just jump in the water," and that is just way too dangerous, and so,
yeah.
I
Well,
did
you
the
don't
right
know what's
thing.
down there.
It's terrifying, and the last thing I want is, some young adult to be like, "Oh, Creek Kid dives for his, it's fine," that is
Right.
just not.
Right.
And so, I went to Walmart, I bought the retriever, it didn't work, I tied it back off, I went back home, I got my cast net, and it came off super easy, and I was like, "Thank God."
It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah,
Ah,
I've
scary.
had a few snags where it's like it feels like it's really in there and you're
Mhm.
about to snap your line and all you do is move 6 foot to the left, give it a little shake and it comes loose.
Yep.
It's crazy how that works out.
Yes.
So yeah, I've lost a handful of square bills and crankbaits. I've turned, cover into Christmas trees. I think we
What
all have at some point.
100%,
So
yes. Yeah,
but I
there's a few logs down there with some nice baits in them
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
for
I
sure.
mean, I'm okay. I'm not okay losing anything, but I
Right.
mean, if I lose a $8 square bill compared to a
Yes.
$79 swim bait, I
Mm.
think I'm gonna probably cry
Yes.
going back to my truck, and
Oh,
I'm never
you go home immediately.
yeah, and I'm
Yep.
never gonna do it again.
Yep. I've seen it happen. I watched my little brother cast off it's called an I Slide 262, so it's a mega bass bait.
Okay.
And it's like a $106 or something, whatever he paid for it. $100, walked down, and it just went
Mhm.
flying.
Yep.
And we were from the bank, which is why I usually don't fish big glides from the bank, but you
Yeah.
got to do it because the
Yeah.
fish are there. And so I watched $100 bait, and we all three of us just watched it
Mhm.
land. There's nothing you could do about it.
Yep. That actually just recently happened to a friend of mine,
Hmm.
Eric. We were out on my boat and I was throwing a soft swim bait. It was a Zal Dangerous. I
Love that bait.
think it was a 6 inch or a 7 inch. I think it was a six
Love
inch.
that bait.
And I was pitching the docks and Eric was casting more to the open water. But when he went to switch, it just came
Yep.
loose
Oh
and it
yeah.
just sent and he was like, "That's a $70 swim bait." So
See ya.
we tried to troll over there because
Right.
the water depth was about 11 to 12 foot. And so
Uh huh.
we were trying to catch the line before the
Yes.
line sunk
Right.
down too far. There was no
Absolutely.
catching it. There was no getting it.
Ah. And that's
So
the thing when throwing big baits is like you can backlash, and I backlash all the time. But
mhm.
with a frog or something, you backlash and it just like falls. You
Yep.
throw a 6 ounce bait, boom,
Yep.
it's see
It's
ya,
gone. Yeah.
see ya. Yeah.
That terrifies me. So when I throw some of the bigger, like I just took out the new sink swim bait, and I
Uh
was very nervous about that snap. So what I'm doing
huh.
instead of really casting, I'm just kind of like whoop,
Lobbing it.
just lobbing it.
Absolutely.
Let the weight take it.
And if
So
that's the big deal with, like, having the correct gear as far as, like, the right rod, you don't
yep,
have to, like and that's where I watched my brother cast, he had the wrong rod, but with the correct, like, parabolic rod, you don't have to, like you just let the rod do the thing and you just
yep,
let go. It's a 6 ounce bait, it goes flying through the air.
right, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gear definitely matters when throwing big baits.
It does. It does. And I'm learning all of that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I've got some of the best gear now that I've ever had.
Yes,
All
sir.
the different selection of halo rods.
Mhm.
I was out there buying my most common rod would be like a 7 foot medium heavy because I
Which
can
is I
throw it.
do it all.
It's a do it all.
Yep.
Texas rig, crankbait,
Absolutely.
small swim
Chatterbait,
bait.
all the above.
I could throw whatever I want on it. But now with the different parabolic bends in these halo rods, I'm like, ooh,
You get
I'm
to
gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna take 8 different rods out today.
And then that's where and then once you learn all that, then you can't go backwards is the
No,
problem.
no.
And so, like, I went out my buddy caught his personal best today.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and caught his PB today at 5 pounds, 6 ounce. I'll post a video soon, but
Yeah, yeah.
he caught his PB today, and he cracks me up because he just brought his rod. I was out there BFS fishing, and he brought his rod, and all he has is one rod, and he throws it in the bed of his truck. And he's like, just a lose like that he got. I think it's like a lose American maybe, but he just throws it in
Yeah.
the bed of his truck. And every time I'm like, dude, put it in the cab. He's like,
Yep.
oh, it don't matter, dude.
Yep.
And now today, after today, he caught that big one, and he was like, all right, tell me what I need to get a better setup.
Mhm.
He's about to go down the rabbit hole, and
Yep. Yep.
because he always like, why do you need 10 rods? You know,
Exactly.
I'm like, you trust me, you're gonna
Yeah,
find
yeah.
out one
Oh,
day.
yeah.
And I think
Well,
today was the day.
yeah, yeah, 100%. And that's the explanation even to the wife, a couple of years ago when I was like, "Well, I need this rod, I
Uh
need
huh.
this rod." "Well, why do you need 6
For
different
what?
rods?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, because 'cause I'm throwing a crankbait on this one,
Yep.
but I'm throwing a frog on this rod with
Uh,
braided line." Yeah, so yeah.
oh yeah,
But
I
I'm
talked to
so
my dad about it, and
I'm so deep down the rabbit hole now that she gets it. She gets it.
It's very fun to talk to people though when they're very into fishing, and you can talk
Yeah.
about, well, this is a cranking rod, so it's got to be more parabolic, so the treble hooks, and then like people that
Correct, yeah.
understand it.
Yep.
But if you talk to someone who doesn't, that's just a
Yeah,
different
it just goes
language.
right over their head. They're just like, "Huh?" It's like a
What?
deer in the headlight look, you
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
it's
yeah.
understandable.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
a lot.
Man, that's hilarious. That is funny. Well, Wyatt, this was good, man. I appreciate you coming on today. This is good.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So, one last thing. I like
Okay.
to do this. So, for any viewers, let's say the younger generation, the younger population that's watching this video right now,
Yes,
what
sir.
would be one key piece of knowledge that you can pass on to the younger generation for bass fishing?
For bass fishing,
Yeah, or for fishing in general.
for fishing in general, man, this is hard. I don't want to sound like super boring, but to enjoy it, I it's very easy to not enjoy it when when it doesn't go the way you expect it to,
Mhm.
and I get that way a lot. I'm not trying to get deep, but I go out, and if I take a even as a younger self, I was like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna catch a bass, and I may go out and not catch a bass, but then I completely forgot that I just spent 5 hours in nature, like having the
Correct.
time of my life with
Correct.
my friend, you know? And so I guess my biggest piece of advice would be don't let it bother you that you're not catching fish or that it didn't go the way you thought it was going to go. It still enjoy fishing because it's a lot of
Exactly.
fun.
Patience.
That patience and enjoy it. It's
Mhm. Yep.
enjoy it
There's
and never
nothing
get jealous of other people catching fish because it's
exactly.
fun.
As long as you stay patient, you learn. You know what I mean? You
Absolutely.
continue to learn, you get better as you go. So,
Absolutely.
there's nothing better than the great outdoors.
My best piece of advice is to throw giant baits and don't quit until you catch a 10-pounder.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna post that.
My Creek Kid
So
said to only throw 9-inch glide baits.
that's good. Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's
you watch Chris Zaldane, you know what I mean? Like you watch his videos, he's always throwing large swim baits. Like
absolutely.
he doesn't ever throw anything else. And I
No,
mean, he's catching pigs, so it works.
I mean, if you're gonna I can't imagine being in that tournament setting, everyone's throwing I mean, those fish see everything,
Yeah.
so you
Hmm.
might as well be different, and that's I guess throwing an 8-inch bait is definitely not what the guy in front of you is doing.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. Quality over quantity.
I have a question.
Shoot it.
One bait, favorite bait, what is it?
Oh, one bait, favorite bait. Ooh. Ooh.
Just your favorite bait. It could be right now, it's gonna change.
For
Your
sure.
favorite bait
Right now,
right now, it doesn't matter.
right
It could be a
now, that
jig head minnow.
man, that is a great question.
I've had
That's
the
a
same favorite bait for, like, 10 years, so
so for me, I'm gonna pick my confidence bait. Okay.
okay.
It might not be my favorite right now because I'm sure I'm gonna find that new favorite this
Right.
upcoming season.
Mhm.
But where I learned how to bass fish has
Mhm.
been my confidence bait, and
Okay.
that was on a black and blue Strike King Rage Craw Texas rig.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
100%.
It's
100%.
very
I
hard
would
to beat.
you because that's a bait that you can buy at Academy, Walmart,
Easily
anywhere.
accessible and catches fish in every body of water.
It really does. And
Fair.
so I have to say that that's probably my favorite all-time bait for
Mhm.
bass fishing because that's been my confidence bait. I took that exact same bait when I went to Florida 2 years ago, and
Yep.
I was throwing stick baits and I was, this and that, but as
Right.
soon I just, you know what? I stopped experimenting and went to my confidence bait.
Confidence.
It works in Texas. Boom, I started catching them in Florida, and
Yep.
I never took it off. And all I did was just keep replacing the black and blue
Yep.
craw, and I just kept
That was it.
casting it out there because it works.
It works. And you're very
So,
it is very, very interesting how mentality in fishing works.
mhm, yeah,
The amount I catch more fish when I'm having fun and being positive every single time. If I go out and I get negative,
yeah,
I never catch anything. It's so
100%.
weird.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
so
Oh,
weird.
yeah. Yeah, if you're well, that you'll not only not catch anything, but that's when you're snagging, that's when you're snapping your
The
line,
worst things
you're
happen.
getting bird's nest,
All the above.
100%, 100%.
If I'm out there, I'm like, ah, and then I start thinking like it's too hot or I'm not catching up and this
Yep,
bait's not gonna work. Everything goes to the south.
yep,
I c-
yep,
I promise if I just would just be more positive, I catch more fish every time. I don't know
yep,
how that is.
yep, yep. Are you that that one last cast kind of guy? Just one more cast. 50,000
Fishing.
casts later.
I fish until she calls me and says, "Where are you?"
Nice. Yep.
That's
Yep.
I fish until I'm like, oh, oh, it's dark. I better get home
Yeah, yeah.
every
Yeah.
time.
My wife has gotten to the point now where we share each other's location. So if
Oh
I'm
yeah,
out in the middle of the lake, on my boat and I'm not
absolutely.
home at nine
Hmm.
o'clock at night, she'll just send me a text and be like, "You still alive?"
Yep,
I'll be
yep.
like,
Oh yeah,
"Yes."
I get this. If I'm on the water, if I'm on the boat, then she's just like, "Dinner?" Question mark. I'm like, not gonna make it.
Yep, not gonna make it. Sorry. Put it in the
Yep,
microwave.
yep, yep.
Fishing is too good. Yeah. It be like that. It really do be like that.
It
So,
really do. Yeah, a hundred
mhm.
percent. That's awesome.
Well, Wyatt,
Well, I
thanks for
appreciate
coming
you.
on.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to officially meet you,
Yes, sir. Nice to
rather than
meet you.
just Instagram. Can't wait to actually meet you in person.
Yes,
Maybe we'll
sir.
bump into each other at the classic or
I'm sure
ICAST.
somewhere. Yes,
For
sir.
instance, we'll get some fishing together.
Heck yeah. Well, we're not that
So
far apart, so
no, no. Yeah, I
not.
know. I got to come up to Oklahoma or you got to come down to Texas. We got to
Yeah,
get.
we're 2.5 hours away.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
That
So,
no.
but
We should meet and get a striper fishing going in Texoma.
that would be sick.
That would
I
be
like
awesome.
that. I like
That would
that.
be really fun.
Yeah. Now, would you want to do a guide service or go out on our own?
I think guide service.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. I
Personally,
don't know. I don't know how I feel about taking my boat out on Texoma.
I don't know how I feel about not catching any fish. I need somebody that knows how. You
True
maybe
that.
if I go with you, I would go with you. I'm not taking my boat. I'm not gonna catch anything.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about putting my boat in Texoma. One, it's just a 175. So like I'm afraid of taking on water on a big lake like that. I don't have a 21 footer. You know what I
I
mean?
have a 17-foot boat and I have ramped some waves at Lake Mille Lacs,
Mm, yeah.
and it was terrifying. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it was very scary.
Yeah, I know. Being a new boater, I'll tend to go hit the bilge pump switch, and I'm like listening, and I'm like,
Oh, I do it.
nope,
Yep.
it's dry. I mean, the boat's dry, so I'm like, flip the switch off. But there'll be moments where I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
it's a little wavy today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Yes.
let me go
Yes.
flip that switch on real quick.
Just in
So
case. Yep.
just in case.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I've done it a
That's
million
awesome.
times. So
100%.
let people know how they can actually find you because that's a part of why I wanted to start this broadcast
Okay.
is as a content creator my vision here is to give other content creators such as yourself that put in the work and grind the way
Yes,
that
sir.
you do, give them an opportunity to kind of showcase and be like, hey, this is who I am, this is where you can find me on social media. So tell the
Sweet.
people like where like your social handle channels and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So my name's Wyatt Adams, and I go by Creek Kid. So it's CreekKidd. So Creek Kid, two K's, two D's. And I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok. I'm probably more popular on TikTok, but I do post on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, all the same thing, Creek Kid. So,
Perfect.
and I post all kinds of fishing content.
Awesome. And I'm gonna go ahead and put your handles and
Okay, cool.
stuff
Yes, sir.
in the show, so
Sweet.
that way,
Perfect. Awesome.
you know. And I'll try to collab with you on Instagram, TikTok,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah,
on I'd like to collab on YouTube as well.
absolutely.
For
I
the
don't know how to
long,
do that, but
I don't either. I think it's like a link you got to send or something like
okay.
that.
Perfect.
So
Yes,
when
sir.
I go to post it, I think I have to send you a link. You have to review the link, and then somehow it. Yeah,
It
I don't know. I've
sounds like a plan. Me
never done it
neither.
before.
First time.
So yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man, we got to do this again. We
Yeah,
got to
this
do
is
this
fun.
again,
Heck
you
yeah.
know. So this is cool, man.